Hi, and welcome to Roll for RimWorld, a series inspired by Roll for Sandwich where I let fate decide my starting setup for a game of RimWorld. Now, before I get started with the dice rolls, I will be live streaming all of these playthroughs on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out in the description below for the list of live streams if I've already gone live. You might even be able to catch me live now if you head over to my channel, and you can also find them just on my channel anyway under live streams. So without further ado, let's jump into the new colony. There are 6 different scenarios that I can get, so I'm going to roll a d6 to determine which scenario I'm playing. That is a 4. That is probably the hardest one I could have got, so just to show you, 1, 2, 3, 4. Naked Brutality. Basically, you start on a planet with nothing, zilch, 0. If we roll low temperature, or really high temperature on the world creation when we get there, this run might be over before it began, but let's see how it goes. And yeah, okay, let's hit next. Now, AI Storyteller, there are 3 different options. I'm going to roll a d4. If I get 4, I get to pick my own one. That is a 3 that I rolled there, so that is random. Now, I could have done a d6 for difficulty because there are 6 different levels for difficulty. However, I thought that would be far too easy on myself, so instead I have decided to do a custom playstyle setting with the standard playstyle set at, losing is fun, which gives me a threat scale of 220%. I'm then going to roll a d20. I'm going to multiply the d20 by 10 and add that to the threat scale. So if I roll a 10, my threat scale will become in total 320%. The only exception is if I roll a nat 20, I get to pick what percentage threat level I'm at, but it can't go below 220%. So let's roll the d20. That is a 7, so I'm going to be adding 70% to this, so we'll be at 290% threat scale. On Naked Brutality, this is going to be a tough run. Okay. Oh, and I'm going to be playing on reload anytime. I'm live streaming, I just don't want to deal with the problems that may occur with commitment mode, especially as at Naked Brutality, there might be a few times I need to reload to see if this can be successful. Next, we have the world creation. I'm going to randomize the seed. Oh, Murderous. That doesn't sound that good. Oh well, that's the seed we're going with. Globe coverage, there are 3 options. Again, D4, 4, I get to pick it myself. That is a 3, so we will be going with 100%. So, big old generation. It will take a long time to generate the entire planet. That's fine. We got a bit of time. Anyway, overall, rainfall, temperature, and population have sliders with 7 options on them. I'm going to roll a d8. 1 will be the lowest, 7 will be the highest, and 8 I get to pick it myself. So let's roll for rainfall. That is a 5. So we got a pretty wet planet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slightly more wet than usual. Temperature. That is a 5 also, so slightly higher temperature, but not unplayable in terms of Naked Brutality unless we get like extreme desert, which would suck, but there we go. Population. That is a 1, very sparsely populated, so finding trade people will be particularly difficult. Now, pollution technically has a scale with 21 options on it, in increments of 0 to 100% in increments of 5, but to give myself a slight chance of not getting a fully polluted tile, I've decided to roll a d8 and multiply that number by 5 to determine the pollution percentage. That is 2, so we're at 10% pollution. Next, we have the factions. I'm going to leave all the factions in place and roll a d4 to determine additional factions that I can choose to add. So let's roll that. That is a d3. So I can add 3 additional factions. Now, I like playing against Cannibal Pirate gangs. Let's go with a Nudist Tribe, and we'll go with a Cannibal Tribe as well, just for extra cannibals on the map. Okay, so let's generate this world. This will take a few moments, so I'm going to use the power of editing to cut it now until the planet is created. Wow, that loaded really quickly. No, anyway. Wow, this is sparsely populated, and yeah, the whole thing is covered. We're going to just random for a random site. Okay, we got arid shrubland. Honestly, not the worst thing we could have gotten. It's mountainous, which might give us some additional early defense. It's year-round growing period, so it won't have probably not the most fertile soil, but we should be able to at least grow some stuff, which is fantastic. Honestly, couldn't have really asked for much better. The average temperature is a little high, so we need to be a little careful about heat stroke, but I think we stand a chance of surviving Naked Brutality. The only thing I'm going to roll here is the map size. I'm going to roll a d6 because there are 6 different different map sizes, and it'll just be larger is larger and smaller is smaller in terms of dice roll. So that was a 5. So we will be going with the 300 by 300 large. Actually, not the worst thing. The large map tiles, in my opinion, are better because you generally have longer when a raid arrives on the map. Although some people say that it increases your worth because you have a larger map, which means there's more stuff on the map. So swings and roundabouts, I kind of like playing on the larger one, so I'm actually kind of pleased that we got this. Okay, next. Okay, so next is ideology. So I'm going to roll a d20. I'm going to do preset ideologies for this particular run. And 1, it will be classic-like, and up to 20, which will... Actually, 20 is I get to pick it. 19 will be more people. There are, in fact, 24, I believe, of these. So, yes. Let's just roll the d20, and we'll count through to see what we get. That is a 12, so obviously higher probably means it's going to be a trickier one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are cannibals. Actually, not the worst one to get when I'm playing Naked Brutality on such a high difficulty. This might make our run possible. So there we go. Okay, finally, we have our character. I'm going to choose any archetype, and I'm going to randomize once, and this is who we have. We have a dirtmole. The dirtmole is jealous, so they need to have the most impressive bedroom. Well, considering there's no one else for them to play with, that won't be tricky. They're naturally very good at mining. They actually have decent animals, this particular one. Artist, medical, and intellectual. Actually, perfectly honest, this is turning out into a very doable run. I was expecting just absolute terror for my first time of trying to do this, but I think I can hang on. Now I probably may lose a few times, but yeah, let's see how this goes. My biggest concern is the fact that he is 78 years old and does have a couple of health issues already, so we will pretty quickly want to find additional colonists to essentially bolster our ranks so he doesn't have an old age issue and die, basically. But yeah, there we go. That is our colonist. When I hit start, it will load the planet. So before we do that, I have one final roll. And this determines what my aim is for this playthrough. I'm going to roll a d6 because I come up with 6 different aims that I want to have. 3 of them are standard ways of completing the game if you have the DLC for 2 of them. And 3 of them are just random aims that I think will be fun to play. So if I roll a 1, I will research and build the spaceship and launch it. The most base level way of completing RimWorld. If I roll a 2, I will just become as wealthy and technically advanced as I can against Randy and see how we do. For 3, I have to house the High Stellarch to complete the game. So this is a royalty DLC way of completing the game. Basically, if you become a count, house the High Stellarch for 12 days, keep them mood above 40% and protect them from threats, you then get a shuttle that will take you off planet. Number 4, I will find the Arconexus, which is, I believe, the ideology way of completing the game. Number 5 is get as many colonists as I can. So just, if I can get like 100 colonists, which I'm not even sure if that's possible, but just basically get as many colonists. It doesn't matter who they are, I just want to have as many colonists as I can. And then number 6 is kill all the factions on the map. Now, bearing in mind how sparsely, populated this map is and how it's 100%, that is going to be a very tough one to do, but yeah. Okay, so that is a 5. So my aim is to get as many colonists as possible. Now, bearing in mind I'm starting with Naked Brutality, that's actually not the worst thing to start with. So here we go. Just a reminder, I'll be live streaming this on my YouTube channel. If you want to check out the live streams, they'll be linked in the description below if they've already happened. If you don't see any links in the description below, or you just see one link in the description below, it's possibly because the live stream is ongoing or just started, etc. So yeah, come over and say hey. Let's do this.